I have no idea who drew this T-Rex, but this is badass. I wish I had an awesome overgrown cavern entrance that I could photograph my T-Rex from, but alas, I do not. I guess it's time to make one. First things first, we need to shoot a foam board, and we need to cut halfway through it in a straight line. First step successful. Now I just need to outline my artistic vision. And beautiful. Now roughen the shape with spray foam insulation. I'm using Loctite. The generic brand stuff isn't nearly dense enough, and it has a tendency to melt when you hit it with spray paint, so don't go cheap on this stuff. Also, it has a tendency to cure inside of the nozzle straw, so use the stuff up all in one go. Once you've wasted $7 worth of spray foam insulation, wait a few hours. Once it's cured, we can start to cut into it. Using a long, flat, very sharp blade, cut flat surfaces at different angles to each other, and that'll give it the same shape as rocks, basically. We're also going to trim off any excessive foam board at this point, which will also make it easier to cut into all of this foam. This is the part that's going to take the longest. It's also the messiest, and puts you at the most risk of personal injury. So wear safety glasses, cut away from yourself, and pay attention to what you're doing while you're wielding sharp objects. Once you're happy with the shape, spray it with textured spray paint. That'll give it a grainy, rocky appearance. Once it's thoroughly covered with texture, I'm going to go in with some charcoal gray spray paint and give it the color that I want. Rock color. But we're not going to stop there. Want this to be overgrown, I'm also going to spray a little bit of hunter green on there. And that'll make it look nice and mossy. Now hit the clearance section of your local craft store and get some reindeer moss. We're going to use a hot glue gun and glue this crap all over it, particularly in areas where bubbles might have formed. It'll help hide any imperfections, as well as just make it look all mossy and overgrown. Check out the floral area of your local Walmart too. They'll have all kinds of cheap jungle plants you can chop up and use for this. Glue that stuff all over it, but also be careful not to burn yourself on hot glue. Unless you're into that kind of thing, then knock your socks off. Once you've thoroughly covered your rocks and fake plants and maybe burned yourself a few times with hot glue, go ahead and add it onto whatever base you'll be using. I'm recycling this river diorama that I made ages ago. Don't lose it, reuse it. At this point, I just don't think it's quite green enough. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it with copious amounts of green paint. I'm using Kelly green, but you can use whatever the hell green you want. Once you're satisfied with the greenification of your overgrown cavern entrance, just add Dinosaurs. Just look how happy Dynamo is with his habitat enrichment. Now that is a happy dinosaur.